Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back into this lovely presentation for April 14th, 2019. As always, please don't forget to subscribe and also ring the bell notifications. Never miss any of my videos again. As always, please consider looking in the description for other great videos of mine with superior weather content that you will not find anywhere else. So consider looking in the description, and also please consider watching this whole video. Okay, I don't make my videos boring and too treacherously long. Okay, so please consider watching the whole video. It helps me get more watch hours out of my channel, and it really helps my channel, so please consider watching the whole video. Today's presentation will be the severe weather that is taking place right now in the southeast, as well as the mid-Atlantic and northeastern U.S. Okay, so I'm going to be focusing on the east today, so stay tuned for that. So we're going to start with the NAM 3 cam model, just a nice, simple radar, okay, and you can see a line of storms, okay, currently pushing through Georgia. Okay, this should be like right around now. Okay, we have a line of storms pushing through as well as Kentucky, Tennessee. Okay, these are all packing damaging winds, hail in some cases. Okay, and even some tornadoes and flooding. Flooding is not going to be a hot topic. Hail kind of is. Okay, but hail and flooding are not the hot topics with this storm system, this batch of severe weather. It's going to be more like the damaging wind. Okay, as well as the tornadoes. Tornadoes would be like in second place with this kind of storm system. But there will be flooding in some spots. I know a lot of spots have gotten a few inches of rain from these cells. Okay, so a few inches of rain have fallen in 6 inches worth, or 6 hours worth of time. Okay, so it's a lot of flooding to deal with. Okay, but flooding isn't the hot topic with this storm. It can still happen though, so be prepared. Okay, so overnight tonight, maybe around 11 o'clock or so. Okay, the storms continue to move through southeastern Ohio, West Virginia. Okay, western North Carolina, Smoky Mountains, eastern Georgia. Okay, all going to be in the zone for severe weather. And then, eventually, the line of storms is going to continue to move on to the north and east. Okay, we also have a line of storms moving off the coast of South Carolina. Okay, and we could easily pick up an inch or two just from these little individual cells. Okay, and then once the line comes through, it's going to get really terrible. Okay, we can see winds past 70 miles an hour at times. Okay, some moderate sized hail, okay, maybe like an inch or two of rain causing some flooding. Okay, then this stuff exits off the shore. Now we're going to take a look up at the northeast US, okay? So again, this is overnight Monday. This is around, let's say, like maybe around midnight, okay? We still see the main line off to the west, okay? We're going to have a lot of energy in place, a lot of energy, okay? And then that line pushed through right here. It's going to be at the I-95 corridor. I'm thinking about between maybe like 2 and 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock. It'll be moving through. Okay, so it'll be like one of those overnight events. So God forbid if you guys ever got a tornado. Okay, a lot of people are not awake at this time, so it's gonna be hard for you to spot that tornado. Okay, and even behind that line, according to the NAM 3 cam model, okay, we could still have some light to moderate rainfall even behind the line itself. Okay. I mean, the precipitation, if there's precipitation behind the line, it will not be like major at all. Okay, so all in all, the total precipitation expected. Okay, let's start in the northeast, so we'll make our way to the southeast. Okay, total precipitation not gonna be too bad, but again, you see like ½ inch to an inch in a lot of spots. Maybe some areas getting at 1.5 inches. But then again, if it falls in such a short amount of time, like a half hour to an hour, you're gonna start seeing those flooding problems. Okay, even if it's falling in a short amount of time, you're like, oh, it's only an inch of rain. Well, it can still pile up, especially if it falls in a short period of time. Okay, total accumulated precipitation outlooks. Okay, again, same as the northeast, a ½ inch to an inch. But again, if it falls in a short amount of time, especially in the mountain areas like the Smoky Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains, okay, where the water can flow down those hills. Okay, so please be very careful out there. The next thing we're going to look at is the wind crossovers. This does not look as confusing as you think, okay? I've been looking at channels like David Schlotthauer and Direct Weather, maybe sometimes uses this as well. And when I watched their videos and they showed this, I was like, I was confused, okay? I was just mind blown. But now I know what the map is, so I can teach you guys. Okay, so you might be wondering, well, why are areas back to the west not shaded? Anywhere to the west of this low pressure system, not going to be shaded, okay? Because the winds are going to be coming out of the south with this storm system. If you see these little white arrows, okay, and you see the little the stick at the end of it, like it's pointing upwards, that means the winds are coming from the south at the surface. Okay. The green arrows, okay, which are like these green little arrows that are pointing to the top right. Okay, those are your 850 millibar winds, which means those are your winds at 5,000 feet. Okay, so what I want you to notice that in a lot of areas, okay, and this will especially happen in like the next few hours, you're gonna see the winds come from the south, and the wind, those green ones, not really focusing on the yellow ones because that's like 18,000 feet. Okay, we really don't care about up there, but I want you to focus on the white and green ones. Okay, and 5,000 feet, we have winds from the southwest coming in like this, and they're going to start to spin with more energy, and they're going to get that tornado. Okay, so that's why we're focused and worried about tornadoes. Okay, so watch about maybe like 10 or 11 o'clock on Monday morning. Okay, you see a lot of the winds coming from the south and at the surface, and 5,000 feet, they're coming from the south and west. So that's the kind of stuff. Okay, that's the kind of winds that you're going to have to continue to have that flooding. I mean, not the flooding, excuse me, the tornadoes. You're going to have that tornadic spin, some tight circulation. Okay, and it's going to continue into Monday morning, like around 3 or 4, and then eventually it'll pull away. Okay, how about the northeast? Okay, let's time it out for you. Okay, here's the low pressure moving up to the north and west of you. You're going to have those winds, at least at the surface, coming out of the south. Okay, and those winds from 5,000 feet coming out of the south and west. So that's why I do believe we're going to have a lot of tornadic activity possible. Okay, so this is like the cyclonic vorticities. Usually, you usually use these for the hurricanes, but you can use them for severe weather as well. Okay, I mean, just look at all the energy, like the instability, out ahead of the main line. Okay, the main line, okay, is like back here. Okay, it's actually not this one. Okay, I thought it was this one right here. Okay, that's actually not it. So I was looking at it, didn't really correspond with the time. Okay, but this is like your line right here. Okay, this is your line. Okay, it's pulling off the coast by this point. Okay, a lot of cyclonic energy. Then we see some behind the storm, like the day after the storm, we still see some cyclonic energy, or at least some instability. Okay, but Monday, a lot of areas temperature is going to dip into the 40s at night, and some 30s in some cases. Okay, so it's going to be pretty cold behind the storm system once you get that northwest, that wraparound flow. Okay, up to the north and east now for the cyclonic energy. Okay, again, same thing. Going to have a lot of energy even out ahead of the storm system. Okay, watch the graph just light up with red. Okay, we still are seeing some energy, okay, across the mid-Atlantic and northeast before the storm even comes through. It eventually comes through. During the day Monday, we get some cyclonic energy behind it, and Tuesday, we are all clear. Storm Prediction Center, okay, enhanced risk of severe weather. This has been upgraded, okay, at least where I live. We were in a slight risk yesterday. They were yesterday's forecast for today, they were calling for slight, and now we're in an enhanced, okay? And I'm going to show you what this all means. Okay, so in this orange area, okay, we're going to start it with enhanced, okay? If you're in an orange area, okay, including like North Delaware, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, basically the whole state of Pennsylvania except for the northwest and northeast corners, eastern Ohio, including Cincinnati, okay, northeastern Kentucky, okay, you're going to be in that enhanced risk. Now, what does that all mean? Well, I'm going to show you, okay? So, enhanced means like numerous severe thunderstorms possible, okay, it won't be like too bad, but we can still see some storms. Okay, so more persistent or widespread, a few of them could be intense. Okay, a few intense storms are possible. Okay, if you're in that yellow area, which is slight, okay, whichever takes much of the area, okay, from Panhandle, Florida, all the way up to southern New York, okay, that means like short-lived or not widespread, but there could be some isolated intense thunderstorms possible. Okay, and marginal is a very slim area at this time around, okay? Marginal includes places like Buffalo, Louisville, Kentucky, Rochester, New York, Syracuse, New York, Bridgeport, Connecticut, okay? They're limited in duration and their coverage and intensity, okay? But they can still do some damage, so watch out for that. Okay, the tornadic risk for tornadoes, 5% across much of the area. Okay, in those green areas, you're in that like 2% range. Okay, wind, 30% chance plus of damaging winds. That is crazy. Okay, as for hail risks, okay, hail risks will be pretty high as well. 5% to 15% in Ohio. So again, hail cannot be ruled out, okay, but it will still be a threat. Okay, it cannot be ruled out at all. Okay, you might be wondering how many people are going to be affected by severe weather. Well, we're talking about like almost 100 million people to be affected by severe weather today, from the Panhandle of Florida up to New York. Okay, so very, very dangerous severe weather potentially. So anywhere in this yellow area, okay, this is West Virginia. You see on your screen right here. Okay. There is a tornado watch anywhere in yellow. Okay, so it includes places like Roanoke, okay, much of southern Ohio, eastern Kentucky, western West Virginia. Okay, and there are some individual, like, for example, tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings for Huntington. Near New Lexington, we have a severe thunderstorm warning. To south of Roanoke, we have a tornado warning. Okay, so there's a bunch of individualized cells that will produce some severe weather as well. Okay, just to the south of Clintwood, we have a severe thunderstorm watch. Okay, but as we head over time, okay, the severe thunderstorm watch and the tornado watches will spread east into places like the Mid-Atlantic. Okay, and in fact, we do have a flood watch that has just been issued for the Philadelphia area. It's actually a flash flood watch. It includes places like Allentown, Reading, Lancaster, Harrisburg, and I'm sure over time this will spread east. Okay, but let's actually give that a quick little reading. Okay, when I was setting this video up, this actually wasn't on here, so this literally like just came out. Okay, so places like Allentown, Bethlehem, okay, Easton, Newton, Pennsylvania. Okay, you can see parts of the area receive 1 to 2 inches of widespread rain, making the ground already saturated. Any additional rain will become runoff. Okay, 2 rounds of heavy rain are possible across this area. The first one is expected this evening, okay, from some batches of severe thunderstorms, or at least some cells. And that second round is going to come, remember I showed you earlier with that NAF 3CAM model, the line of storms, that severe line, okay? So 2 batches of rain, any additional rain will quickly become runoff across these areas. Potential for flash flooding. It is not occurring yet, but it will be possible. Conditions are favorable for it. And I do see that area of flash flood watches eventually spreading eastward and to the south as these storms take over the area. Okay, Central North Carolina, we do have some flood warnings, okay? Severe thunderstorm watches over much of Central North Carolina as well. Okay, very dangerous stuff. And the rivers could rise too. If you get like an inch or 2 of rain in a short period of time, we're going to have some very... the rivers are going to rise a lot, okay? Very easy for the rivers to rise. You know what? The storm reports for today, that's what I'm going to show you next. I'm going to zoom in on the storm report trend. Okay, we've had about, at least for the latest calculation, we've had 91 damaging wind reports. Here you can see it indicated by that blue line. We've had 5 damaging hail reports and 3 tornado reports today. Okay, that just keeps updating. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised by at the end of tonight we could have as much as maybe like 120 wind reports, maybe like additional 2 tornado reports, and additional like 2 hail reports are possible. Okay, so very, very dangerous severe weather. I'm not saying this is the worst severe weather ever, okay, but that's just something that's just by your opinion, depends where these tornadoes have hit. Okay, so you can see the radar. These line of storms are moving through Roanoke. Okay, they're very limited in intensity right now, but they will get their act together over time. Chicago's getting a lot of snow. Okay, they're getting like at least like a good 4 to 6 inches of snow. Okay, just hit them in the face all of a sudden. Wasn't really expecting it. Okay, the severe weather forecast. Okay, cannot stress this enough. Possible risk. Okay, from New York City, Southern Connecticut, Westport, Connecticut, all the way down to the Florida Panhandle, just east of Tallahassee, has severe weather possible. In the area of likely, okay, which includes Pittsburgh, D.C., Philadelphia, okay, Eastern Ohio, Cincinnati, Central Pennsylvania, pretty much all the state of Pennsylvania, okay? This is your area that you're going to have the best chance for hail, flooding, tornadoes, and winds past 70 miles an hour. So please be very careful, okay? Because we have some serious severe weather pushing through, okay? And some EF3 tornadoes were reported across Texas and Louisiana. Thank you all for watching this video for today. Stay tuned for my next videos by subscribing and ringing the bell notifications. And don't forget to peek at the description as well. Thank you for watching. I am The Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time.